People, isn't this what they have been begging for all along? Have they not been begging for us to get out of the workforce? Like they have been pushing even policies in Germany where like there had to be a certain percentage of women in the company. Like honestly, this is what they wanted. So what's the problem? We are saying we don't want it anymore. We don't care. Just have it. Just have the workforce like you wanted it to have it. So have it. We don't care anymore. So why are we still getting demonized for just walking out? I'm not allowed to say the word men going their own path. You know what it's actually called, I hope. And because it has been censored. And I'm going to show you my browser for a little bit. And let's see what happens if I Google men going their own path. Let's see. Men going their own path. It's in my history. I wanted to show it to you. It's, what is it? Men going their own path is an anti-F, misogynistic, which community which is advocating for men to separate themselves from women. This was never the case. This is not the point. The point is to say we don't care anymore, so we go our own path. So second result, because this is also Wikipedia translated, men going their own path is a fraction of the manosphere, which is male supremacist, anti-F, misogynistic, violent, extremist. Like, man, like how can you demonize people this way? Like, this is insane. But they cannot deny it anymore. They cannot deny it anymore. It's happening. We are the numbers are showing it. They cannot hide it anymore. And let's see what the mainstream media has to say about this.
Men have been steadily dropping out of the workforce, especially men aged 25 to 54, who are often considered to be in their prime working years. As of August 2024, 13.7% of prime age men were not working, compared to just 7.2% in 1954.
Let's have a look at the numbers. They're saying 13%, 13.7% are not even working. That's like every 10th man, actually more than every 10th man, is not even working. And as far as I'm concerned, they're not even sick. They just don't work because it's not worth it anymore. But this is what they wanted. This is what they have been asking for. So don't complain now.
The long-term decline in labor force participation by so-called prime age men is a tremendous worry for our society, for our economy, and probably also for our political.
So sorry for pausing it, but they said that why is it worrying now? Is it because back in the days we had jobs, right? And they said, okay, there's too many men in the workplace. This is horrible. This is worrisome. And now that they're gone, they're like, this is still worrisome. Like, what do you want from us at this point?
System.
There's a surplus of prime age workers who could be working and aren't, and that's this puzzling problem.
The unemployment rate for prime age working men sat at 3.4% in August 2024. This number primarily includes those who are unemployed and looking for a job. But about 10.5% of men in their prime working years, or roughly 6.8 million men nationwide, are neither working nor looking for employment, compared to just 2.5% in 1950.
I didn't know it was that bad. Every 10th man is not even looking for a job. I thought it was a meme on the internet or something. I didn't know it was that bad actually.
What's surprising is it's not a COVID phenomenon, it's not a recession phenomenon.
And for every prime age man who is unemployed and looking for a job, there are more than 3, and some years 4, who are neither working nor looking for work.
So what's driving men out of the workforce? And if left unchecked, what
It's you. I'm not sure if you have seen the meme of Fantano where they say it's you. Can I find this? Fantano, it's you. Oh no, I cannot find it. It's not even a meme, I believe. Okay, whatever. Let's continue with the video. Sorry, I have to keep pausing it because otherwise I get copyright strikes.
Impact will it have on the US economy? Nearly half of prime-age men out of the workforce cited obsolete skills, lack of education and training, poor work record, or security issues as a reason preventing them from work.
Education is a very important predictor of a prime age man's odds of being out of the labor force.
The big impacts are on the non-college educated groups on their ability to enter and stay in the labor market.
Men who are not college educated leave the workforce at higher rates than men who are. At the same time, fewer younger men have been enrolling in college over the past decade.
Because nobody wants to be in debt to a point where, like, you could actually buy a house with 200K, but you have to pay for college now. So you are going to college, putting yourself in debt to live paycheck to paycheck.
If you look at the geography of where the most prime age men out of the labor force are in particular, they tend to be in places that have experienced manufacturing declines. They used to graduate with a high school education and have good, stable jobs. They weren't glamorous jobs. They were, automobile factories, sometimes mines, other manufacturing jobs, but they were respected, they were stable, and they could support a family. Since then, due to technology-driven growth, a little bit due to Chinese competition, you've had a lot of manufacturing firms and the places where they were located that were one-horse towns become ghost lands, right?
Wages could also be a contributing factor. Median annual wages.
Why are they guessing so much? Like, I'm pretty sure the mainstream media itself has been pushing for us to get out of the workforce. So they have put in some diversity laws, like anything but skill, pretty much. And people are just sick and tired of it. People are sick and tired of having the same salary for more and more pay. People are sick and tired of being pushed around by the CEOs. Like, they lay off 80% of the workforce at Twitter. Like, people are sick and tired of everything. It's just what it is. And if it's not even worth it, because you're living paycheck to paycheck increasingly, and a few years ago during COVID, we had the possibility to work from home, so we could move anywhere we wanted and still work. But now they're pushing you to the office again, so the rents are rising around these offices too. So who wants to deal with that ish? Like, nobody.
For men with a high school diploma have fallen from just over $57,600 in 1973 to $45,000 in 2023, adjusted for inflation. At the same time, wages for those with a bachelor's degree or more have increased by about $6,300 during the same period. This decline in earnings led to a 44% growth in the exit rate of men without a college degree from the workforce between 1980 and 2019.
I think
it has nothing to do with the earnings. It has nothing to do with the earnings. It has more to do with the fact that everything costs double. You don't get double for what you don't get double the salary. You don't get double the quality. You're just paying double. This is just greed. Like, when you say the inflation rate is at 3% and you pay double the rent, like, this is BS. I am not allowed to curse.
honestly, status plays more of a role than wages. As I said before, you had a manufacturing job, it was respected, you were part of a community.
Cap, huge cap. Men don't care about that. Cap, huge cap. Women care about that. Like, a man doesn't care about, like, honestly, a man respects a trucker. A woman doesn't. But a man respects a trucker. That's true. That's true. Like, if you do some online poll, will you rather date a trucker or an office lady? Nobody cares. Like, just she's doing her job. If she's pretty enough, it is what it is. Nobody cares that much. Like, honestly, nobody, like, if you see a woman, she's pretty enough, she's chill, and she says, "Look, I'm trucking." Like, okay, then I have a beautiful trucking girl. Like, I don't care.
Breadwinner for your family, you had organizations like unions or Rotary clubs that surrounded your job, and that's gone.
In general, men without children are also less likely to participate in the workforce compared to men with children, especially men without education or
Is it maybe because they have no other choice than to feed their children?
training after high school.
What we have seen is a huge rise in the proportion of prime age men who've never been married, and a very, very significant decline in the proportion who are.
Oh, so now what is it called then? Is it like violent, sexist, misogynistic men choosing their own path? Because this is what is being described on the internet, on your research result. This is what you're censoring. So now you're saying, these men, they are actually not working like we told them to. They're actually not marrying like we have been pushing for all along. We haven't been pushing for straight men to live. Like we have been pushing for men to marry other men. They cannot have children, by the way. We have been pushing for everything but a traditional relationship. Like we have been pushing for female liberation. I'm not arguing against it. I'm saying female liberation is also means like marriages are going to drop. Especially in cities like Berlin, hookup culture has just taken over. It has taken over. Traditional values are gone. Housewives are looked down upon. Like this is the values you're pushing. And then you want people who immigrate to integrate to that.
Are currently married and have kids at home. And those two trends track closely with the big changes that we've seen about male attachment in the labor force. Correlation isn't always causation, but looking at that correspondence is real important, I think.
Meanwhile, 57% of the roughly 10% of men not looking for work said their physical or mental health was the main reason for not being employed.
I mean, that's an excuse to get benefits, but I mean, their mental health and their physical health. Like honestly, I mean, I would like to talk to those men saying I'm physically or mentally unstable. Like I believe that it's just not worth it. It's just what it is. What are you promised? Like Kendrick Lamar said, what are you working for at this point? What are you working for? You're not working for a house. You're not like you just. What are you working for? You're just living paycheck to paycheck. Like, and if you move to the city to get a job, you pay so much rent that you still have no money left. So what's the point? That's what I'm trying to say. What's the point? Um. Oh yeah, I don't know how long this video has been going. It's 30 minutes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, before they strike this video down, I have to stop. I think I have to stop. But yeah, finally, mainstream media, you have been catching up 10 years later, after it already happened. You could have done something before. Instead, you demonized men who didn't want to work, and now they're watching it burn. So, congratulations, you made it. You made it once again, mainstream media.